Hi everyone, I am Julie Schiffman with julieschiffman.com, and this video is to show you where to tap and how to get started. Many of you are already totally familiar with tapping, but I get emails and messages all the time asking for specifics and with specific questions. So I'm hoping to answer them all in this short video today. Tapping is an amazing stress management tool that anyone can use at any time. It's beyond simple, it's effective, it's a quick way to ease pain and emotions which might be creating a challenge for you. Tapping is a combination of ancient Chinese acupressure and modern psychology that works to physically alter your brain, your energy system, and your body all at once. It's amazing, and I love it. This practice consists of tapping with your fingertips on specific meridian points, which are energy pathways through your body. And while you're tapping on these points, you're talking through pain, problems, or emotions. And this process can not only help to relieve physical symptoms, but emotions as well. When we're feeling stressed out, our cortisol levels shoot up. And when our cortisol is high, it is hard to be in the moment. It can be hard to think. It can be hard to make decisions. And not only that, but our immune system becomes strained. And this puts stress and strain on our overall health and well-being. When we tap, we're able to bring the cortisol levels down and we can be in the moment. We can make sound decisions. We can create a space to make new decisions so that we can move forward and feel calmer and more relaxed in our bodies and in our lives. So generally speaking, there are 10 tapping points or meridians on the body that we tap on in a particular sequence in order to help you to feel calmer, more relaxed, a reduction of pain, or just generally helping your mind, body, and spirit come together and feel in alignment and more connected. The first point that we tap on is the side of the hand. It's between the wrist bone and the pinky bone. We call this the side of the hand point. It's a very gentle tapping, and it looks like this. It's not hard. You don't want to hurt yourself. It's just a tap, 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 just like that. And this is where we state the setup phrase. So you've probably heard, if you've watched my videos before or you have seen other people's videos, that when we start on this point, it sounds like we're saying something negative. But really what we're doing is we're just telling the truth. So about what's going on with us, right? So you can tap on the right hand, you can tap on the left hand. Doesn't matter which one. It's simply personal preference for you. I've been tapping on these same points since I learned EFT or tapping over 25 years ago. And if you've watched other videos, you may find that other practitioners may start tapping on the inner eyebrow point, but I learned it initially tapping on the top of the head. So that's where I always start in these videos. But again, it doesn't really matter where you tap. You just have to start tapping. It honestly makes no difference. You just have to do it. So the next point that I tap on is the top of the head. Just like that, again, very gentle. You could do right hand, you can do left hand, you can do both hands. Whatever you choose is going to work for you. The next point is the inner eyebrow. So it's either on this side or on this side or on both sides, but the actual point is at the eyebrow point. If you're a little bit over or a little bit on top, don't worry about it. It will still work for you. The next point is the side of the eye. So you're just going to want to take your tapping fingers and just move them over. And you're just on the side of the eye there, right? Again, doesn't matter which side you're on. Just tap. Okay? The next point that we're going to tap on is under the eye. Under the eye point. Just like that. Just kind of on the bone there, under your eye. The next point is directly under the nose, but above the upper lip. And the chin point is next. So this is just sort of on the crease below your lower lip. And again, if you're off a little, if you're down here, if you're up here, if you're off to the side, it'll work just fine for you. The next point is the collarbone point. And so what you want to do here, again, you can use one hand, the other hand, or both hands. And feel your collarbone point, and you want to come down about an inch. Okay, so you can tap like this. You can tap like this. Some people just use the flat of the hand, just like this. It'll work for you. You're covering the area just perfectly. And the next point is the under the arm point. So you can't actually see this on me, but it's just under the arm. So for a woman, it's about mid-brow line point. It's almost like a monkey, okay? And you can tap on one side, you can tap on the other side. Some people reach over to the other side. Just doesn't matter. Okay, so those are the points. I tend to finish by tapping the inside of the wrist to the inside of the wrist because I learned a very long time ago that there are many meridians on this point right here. And it can be very useful. And there's so much energy flowing there. So I tend to end here, but you might find that other practitioners or other videos you see people end up on the top of their head. Whatever works for you. Again, you might find that that people have different ways of doing this, okay? And so the one thing I forgot to mention is if you do tap on the top of the head, there's also a lot of meridians up here too. This is the governing meridian or the governor's vessel. And it also has a lot of added energy there. So you can end there too. The bottom line is that tapping works so well and that you do have meridians all throughout your body. So there are actually other points that you can tap on, but these are the ones that I'm going through here today. The act of tapping will help to rebalance and move stuck energy through your body and help you to feel better and calmer and more relaxed. So now that you know all the points, here's the sequence on what to do next. You want to come up with your setup statement, okay? So this is the pain or the problem that you're addressing. And this statement typically starts with something like, even though I have this pain or problem, even though I have this headache, even though I'm feeling really angry, even though I have this knee pain, back pain, whatever it is for you, even though I have this problem, I accept myself anyway. Or some people say, even though I have this problem, I love and accept myself. And people will often ask why we have to start with a negative statement, or why on earth do we have to say, I love and accept myself? So we're going to talk about both those points. Here's my short answer. We start with the negative because it's the problem or the challenge that you are addressing. So you need to tap on what you want in order to shift or change. So it's the target, it's the truth of what's going on with you. You already have the problem, you already know it's there, whether it's a physical pain or something emotional going on, you're already aware of it. So it's not like by tapping, you're putting in the problem. The problem is already existing. So you are acknowledging the problem so that you can then move forward. We also call this the truth statement. So just telling the truth about how you feel. And remember, this is just between you and yourself and nobody else. So you might as well be as honest as you can with how you're feeling so that you can get the real benefits of tapping. The reason why we say, I love and accept myself, or I accept myself and these feelings, or something positive after the negative is because it is important to accept where we are before we can move forward. If we can't accept it, then it often perpetuates the problem. So we tap on the side of the hand as we say the setup point, usually around 3 times, but you can do what works for you. So as a very general example, let's say you're feeling stressed. We all know what it feels like to feel stressed, right? So you may say something like this, just generally speaking, even though I'm feeling really stressed out, I love and accept myself anyway. Even though I'm stressed, I accept how I feel right now, and I'm open to letting it go. Even though I'm feeling really stressed, I have permission to shift this and feel calmer and more relaxed. So these are just some examples of different ways to use the setup statement. So make sure you choose what resonates with you and is specific for whatever is challenging you. If it's a headache, then you'll say something like, even though I have this headache or this pain in my head, I'm open to feeling calmer and more relaxed. Whatever works for you, but you get the point. Now we start tapping through the points. Going back to the example of stress. You don't need to tap along with me on this. I've got a lot of videos around stress and pain and self-confidence and all sorts of tapping videos, so you can check those out later. But I just want to show you as an example of what this can look like. So we would tap through the points and say something like, all this stress. I'm really stressed out. And I feel this stress in my chest or my stomach or my back, wherever you feel it. I have so much to do, and I'm not sure how I'll get it all done. This stress in my body, this stress in my mind, I am really stressed out. And then you can stop here and say peace, which is often what I end on. And take a big deep breath in and let it go and see how you feel. Do you feel a bit better in your body by just acknowledging how you are feeling without burying it or eating through it or exercising through it? Maybe you feel a little bit stressed with that. That may be a typical response. I usually do a few rounds, not just one. And obviously you want to be as specific as possible when tapping through the points. In other videos, I explain how to come up with your phrases, intensity, and how to notice it in your body. And we're not going to do that here, but know that you can check it out. When you start to feel a bit better about the problem, the pain or the challenge, then you can go through and do a round which sounds a little bit more positive and might sound something like this. I'm open to letting go. Maybe it's safe for me to relax about this. I've been really stressed. But the more I relax, the better I feel. And the better decisions I can make. Maybe this will turn out okay. When I relax, I can see better options. I'm open to feeling calmer and more relaxed now. You can tap your wrists here, say peace. Take another big deep breath in. And see how that feels for you. And let it out. And you can keep tapping along as many rounds as you need to. Again, I have other tapping videos around stress that will add a lot of specific statements. And of course, you always want to add your own specific statements because it'll work best for you. Don't forget to reach out to a tapping practitioner if this feels overwhelming for you. There are some issues or challenges that are better off being handled by someone who is trained to help you. If you have suffered through trauma, abuse, or that sort of thing, then it can be hard to address that work on our own because we can get re-triggered, and we do not want to do that. For all other things, try it for yourself. With anything, tapping only works if you use it. So be sure to try it and see how it works for you and watch how your world shifts in miraculous ways. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, keep tapping.